I don't know.
Plus,
I'm pretty sure you're naked too.
So. I look like I'm naked and my hair is crazy.
All right, we're here. We're here. We're here. What is happening, everybody? It is No Pants Friday after dark. So if you guys tried to watch the Wednesday show, it was rough going. We had a rough go of it because we have the internet here was out. It was like the company, which is pretty much the only one we can get here. They were having outages for like a day and a half. It was ridiculous, but it should be good now. Make sure you let us know. Do we sound good? Do we look good? What do you think?
Well, the looking good, that's subjective.
You shut your mouth.
No storm tonight at all.
Yeah,
no, the weather's great. It only rains like every 3 or 4 months here, but when it does, sometimes it just screws stuff up. Debbie says, I'm here. Let me finish stripping down. I'll grab the body toppings. What? Wait.
What? The body toppings?
I think you might be in the wrong forum.
Anyway, we're here. I'm Katie. For anyone who is, for whatever reason, new to the channel, and this is the very first time you've decided to watch us, this is Vikki.
Oh, sorry if this is your first time to the channel, and tonight is going to be your
whatever. It's going to be like the best introduction ever, man. It's going to be awesome. We've got like the best guest ever.
Oh my God, you're loud.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It has just started and she's screaming.
Yeah, well, I've had like this much Corona, so I'm out of control. Woo! Woo! No pants. More like no shirt necks. Woo!
Stop.
Like that?
My ear hurts.
Oh,
look, Donna's a Rhode Islander.
Do you need to get some earplugs?
I might.
For the show?
I might need earplugs.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, guys, this is No Pants Friday After Dark. It's our new it's the new iteration of the show that we used to have on Fridays during the day, which was just kind of an ask me anything, ask us anything kind of format, Q&A. And so we just recently brought it back. This is our 4th episode. It happens roughly once a month.
Yeah, once every 4, 5, 6 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, whatever. It's pretty much we won't do one, and then Vikki will be like, "Let's do one tomorrow." I managed to get her to schedule it out like the week later.
See, Jamie says her cats are looking around my office like, "What the hell?"
Meow, meow. What's up, meow?
Chris and Julie, yes, you need to pull over, take your pants off, and then get back behind the wheel.
Hey, didn't Julie like just have a birthday?
She did.
And I'm horrible, and I didn't say happy birthday to her, but happy birthday, Julie, downtown Julie Brown. Yeah. So we were going to have pretty much the best show ever on Wednesday, but
now no.
The internet was
sorry.
out. So
I did want to mention one thing. Heather, Exclusive Elegance, is in the chat. I want if you don't follow her on Instagram, you should. She just did a brand new release of a private label thing that her and her family have been working on for several months now. And it is the cutest unicorn blanket. If you know a little girl that's into unicorns, or maybe you're a big girl into unicorns, whatever, no judgment. Like every little girl I know that is into unicorns, my niece is a huge unicorn fan.
Because unicorns are awesome.
It is the cutest unicorn blanket with like those sequins that you can move with your hand and that changes the picture. Anyway, I bought one. I love it. And I got it today.
Yeah,
Heather, thank you. I'm not going to take it out of the package because I'm gifting it to my niece for Christmas, but I did get it today. It came real fast, and I'm super excited.
I do want to point out, though, guys, because in the work that we all do, when you hear the term private label, it can mean a couple of different things. For a lot of people who do selling, private label can be just like, oh, finding a product, having it shipped over from China, throwing your own brand on it and selling it and having it be your own private label thing. This is like a private label product that she actually developed herself.
With her 3 daughters. So I think it's the cutest thing. Anyway, it's a lot of work. Yeah, it is a lot of work, and she's been working on it for a long time. So if you happen to like unicorns or know somebody that likes unicorns, it is the giving season, and that is a great, very original gift, I have to say.
It's really cool.
I'm super psyched about it.
Yeah, it's
so
super,
definitely
super cool.
Go check it out. And I'm not a plug. I paid for it. It was not donated. So
we're not getting paid $1 million to talk about this right now?
I'm getting $37 on every $35.
I was under the impression that I was going to be rich. Okay. But whatever.
Anyway, no, you're welcome, Heather. I love supporting other resellers, and aren't we all like shopping for the holidays right now anyway? So I think that's a great gift, and my niece is gonna love it.
Well, considering I've had 0 sales today on eBay, I don't think you're getting a present this year, Victoria.
Well, that's par for the course, I'm sure.
Anyway, one other thing I wanted to bring up before we bring out our awesome guest is because I was going to talk about this on Wednesday. We were going to talk about it on Wednesday, but we've been talking about the guys from yesterday's fits, Jesse, who we have been lucky enough to get to shop their old stock from before they moved to their new location. And we've been able to buy like a bunch of stuff from them. It's been really, really cool. And so now we've actually we're actually doing a special sale with them. We're kind of teaming up with them. They were asking us like, oh, do you know any other like local resellers that would be interested in potentially like buying some of the stuff? Like, because the less they have to move from one location to another, the better. And we were like, well, we actually, run a meetup group here. And so it kind of morphed into this whole thing where we're actually kind of co-hosting a sale with them that's specifically for our local Vegas kind of boss up eBay meetup group. And so if you were in that group, you get to be invited to go to it. We're doing it on December 3rd. It's kind of like a private invite only special sale. It's going to be like a ton. I mean, seriously, there's so much stuff, and it's not like, oh, I picked all the good stuff and now this is what's left over. No,
we could totally have tried to hoard this connection to ourselves, but the reality is there's far more than either one of us could ever purchase.
No, we're not. And you know how we talk about we don't have death piles. Like there's only so much that we're willing to like.
I mean, I suppose we could buy it all and have a death pile for a year, but why not share the wealth? And give it a little bit of making a little bit of a teaching moment too, because I know that there's a lot of people in our group and a lot of people in the boss group in general, but a lot of people in our meetup group that are interested in learning more about streetwear because Katy talks about it a lot. And how to identify it, what is it, what makes it collectible, what makes it desirable. So
it's going to be really cool. So it's going to be like a 3-hour sale on December 3rd. I believe we're doing it from 4 to 7. 4 to 7. I think it's 4 to 7. And basically it's going to be like an invite only. There's going to be a ton of stuff. Most of it's going to be under $10. There's going to be a lot of like $5 stuff, some $10 stuff, a little bit of $20 stuff, but that's going to be like really good stuff that he's actually bringing in, especially as a thank you for everybody coming and shopping. And he's also going to be bringing in some cool hard goods and collectibles. So I'm really excited about it. We're limiting it to like 30 people. So if you are in the Vegas area,
because we do have about 80 people in our meetup group. So yeah, we are limiting it to 30 based on size and space. We could not possibly have that many people there. They can't maintain that many people in the space. So we're limiting it to 30 people and 3 hours. So if you are planning on going, we did create the invite in our meetup group. You do need to be local to the area. You need to be in our group. You need to be in our group. And but if you haven't RSVP, definitely RSVP, because we are, it's not as important to RSVP if you're just coming in the meetup at our house. Although that's helpful too to get a general idea of how many people.
Oh, I see Susan Sanders, so she's there.
Is important.
Yeah,
we'll believe it when I see it, Susan.
Come on, Susan. I saw Sandy's going to be there. Anyway, it's going to be really cool. So make sure that you're in our local group if you actually are local, because you will not be approved for the group. But it's going to be really, really cool. We're hoping that like we're going to be able to just blow out all this stuff for them. So they'll be really happy with this new relationship that we're building with them. We're pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be really fun. Everyone's going to benefit from it. So it should be a good time. But and Barry, aka Afro Vintage, he's going to be there too. He's not going to be buying anything. He's going to leave it for everybody else. But he wants to come and socialize and hang out. And I know some of you guys might be excited to meet him since we talk about him all the time. Keelam Kisses has just called us a horrible name. She called us localists. So rude. So rude.
Sorry.
All right, Robin is here with the Ecom 101 podcast name right now, and she has asked a very good question. A very good question. She wants to know where Trish is.
Trish, where you be?
Should we bring Trish out? Where you at? All right, guys, this is Trish, as we like to call her, Boston. We call her Boston. Let's bring her in here. What?
Hey!
What is happening? Look, I only rambled for like 10 minutes with a few interjections by you.
Only 10 minutes. Liz is in the chat. Her
My
daughter.
baby is in the
Oh,
chat.
God. Isn't Liz my friend? Like,
Yes.
what are you doing hanging out with my friend?
So I'll just tell everyone that quick story. So my daughter looks a little bit like Katy. And
obviously I actually know her. Like, we go way back.
and so I'm okay. So here's a picture. Can you see it now?
Yeah, we can see.
Of me and my.
You have to look for the camera though.
I'm trying.
Come on, Mom.
I'm technologically deficient. Okay, there she is.
There you go.
So I was showing my dad wanted to see a picture of something, and so I show him, and he goes, "Who's that?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "What do you mean? That's my friend." He goes, "You mean Liz's friend?" And I was like, "No, I mean my friend." And he's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yes. I know I'm a little older than you people, but not that much."
So good. So good. That's like my favorite story ever.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
We do all know each other, so that is the way it works. It's true.
It is. Wait. All the gay women know each other? Is that what you mean?
Apparently.
Yeah.
That's okay. Us New Englanders all know each other. So
I was gonna say that's a given. I don't know what she's talking about.
Anyway, Trish, so we're super excited to have you on because you're one of our favorite people.
Thank you.
I love to you like to say it's what I'm poking fun at you, I'm making fun of you, but you have
your balls.
Yeah, I'm busting your balls.
Totally bust my balls all the time.
Wicked totally busting your balls.
But come on, guys. Okay, you all know how much I love accents. I'm not making fun of her. I want to, whenever I hear somebody with a good accent, they say things that are like really thick accent. It's like I got to repeat it.
I don't even know that I'm doing it though. Like I don't. And then you say stuff. I'm like, I don't sound like that. And I do. I sound like that.
And I do. I sound like
that. It's just true. I do.
What's funny though, I have to say, what I think is really funny is it seems like given certain situations, you're able to just like turn off the accent. And I think that's a little weird. I think
it's totally weird. And I don't even know I'm doing it.
Listen, I want to enter into evidence here.
Yes. Oh no! What the hell is this shirt? No one ever let me wear this shirt again.
My name is Trish. I sell pre-owned clothing mostly, and I've been on eBay for 4 years. I didn't choose it. It chose me. I owned a brick and mortar store. I was failing miserably.
Brick and mortar? There's an R?
Where I made more money on eBay, so I closed it.
Liz, these are my friends being mean to me.
Wait.
Valentino bag that I could not get.
Oh, she said there, not.
Not.
I get a lot of women, a lot of plus size women who are very thankful, and they'll buy, 2 or 4 or 6 shirts at a time that they can't get relatively easily where they live.
I hate you.
I have on occasion put things on and taken selfies of myself and sent them to them so they can see if they like a certain way it's gonna fit.
Inappropriate.
Okay, here's the thing.
Selfies.
I love a good freaking selfie. We all know this. If you guys who don't know me, I walk around eBay open like this. Come on, everyone in. I love a selfie, but that's not the point of the story. The point is, I worked in a rail job for a long time, and then you would have to speak with somebody across the country. And so I think I just went into professional mode, talk well and don't be stupid and don't, because you watch freaking Mystic River. Watch how those guys talk.
Mystic River and the brick and mortar store. Listen,
but you got so soft spoken, and you were like, and then
I hate you all.
There's these plus size women. And
my laugh didn't change though. The laugh stayed the same.
That's true. That's true. Now I totally understand that. I have to say, people will say to me now that I live here, people here are like, yeah,
you live there.
I live there. People say to me, "You're from New England, really?" You know when it comes out? When I drink or when I'm around other New Englanders.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same thing. It's because I used to do a lot of radio and TV interviews, and I learned how to speak properly because people couldn't understand me.
No, because people will say, "What did you say?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I mean, and
why can't you understand me?
give me the car keys and shut the. Oh, I almost swore. Oh, I didn't do it though. That's another thing us New England girls do. We swear constantly.
Yeah, all right. That's all right. Victoria Smith, by the way, says, "We love you, Trish. Hashtag Busty Women Unite."
I know. I noticed when I did that. I was like, "Man, Trish, sit straight up, man."
It's very risque. I mean, I realize it's at late. I mean, your time is like 10 o'clock. This is when it all comes out.
Oh, see,
So sad.
Sandy's right. Sandy says it comes out when you get really frustrated, when I'm really pissed.
That's true too.
Oh, that totally happens. That is, yeah, this is roast Trish night. Thank you, Holly Walker.
Holly, you better watch it. We're gonna
sorry.
next.
I'm sorry, Holly Walker. Is that what it is? Holly Walker?
Yeah, her name.
I would like to point out, so Holly might be feeling a little bit salty because the last time we did No Pants Friday, I did make her eat gross Skittles.
You did, and she looked like she wanted to die.
And she was the first one to hit a bad one, and man, it was rough. And would she say it tasted like? She's like, it tastes like poop. It tastes like poop.
I would just like to say that my poor daughter is like, no more roasting. She's so sweet.
Oh,
It's really done with love, Liz.
Liz, she likes it. She likes it, Liz.
Liz, it's okay. I have thick skin sometimes. I just had to open another drink. It's fine.
There you go.
She knows we love her.
So good, so good. Okay, so I guess we could ask some questions.
Yes.
I mean, I think honestly, like we'll talk a little bit about reselling. You know, the focus of the show, we don't go real deep into the reselling thing. We like to talk about other stuff. It's about getting to know resellers outside of just reselling. But with that said, I do think that people would be interested to know your model, Trish, because you do things very differently than we do them. You know, we focus on thrifting, on higher average sale price, on kind of, I don't know what you would call it, like my store is called a boutique for him. It's very boutique, very, you know, I'm looking for those unique things out there. Yeah. You, on the other hand, you're too good for that shit.
I am way too good for that.
You're too bothered with taking pictures or listing. You're too busy building your Boston empire.
Right.
Empire.
Right. I need an empire.
So
right.
Tell us a little bit about, I mean, you kind of touched on it in your eBay video, but we were, of course, mocking you throughout. So people may not have actually heard what you're saying. Tell us a little bit about how you got started or what you used to do as far as selling goes, and then give us kind of an overview of what your model is now.
Sure. So I bought a brick and mortar business, a consignment business, and it was a freaking disaster. I mean, it was awful. And after 3 years, I closed in utter disgust with myself. And I thought I would never touch a piece of clothing again in my whole life. I never wanted to see a shirt again. I hated all clothes. And when I closed the store, selling the stock, I don't know what you know about consignment, but women drop things off and then you pay them. And the stuff that's left over, most of the time they can come and pick it up. Most women don't. So if they drop off 15 shirts, you sell 8, they're not coming to pick up the rest. They got their money, you donate them, but the store owns them. And I was in so far over my head that I didn't donate anything. I was like, I need to sell this because I need to get myself out of this situation because I was drowning. So what I did was I started selling on eBay. And I had sold a few things like along the way, higher end stuff that I couldn't sell in where I live, but I just needed out. And so I started selling on eBay. I closed the store. I had 2 storage units full of clothes.
When was this when you started selling on eBay?
Well, I mean, seriously, 2015 probably.
Okay.
Closed the store in 2017. And then I thought, when I met you guys at 2018 Open, I thought, people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I sell clothes, but I'm not doing that anymore because I hated it.
I'm gonna sell school supplies. That's what we were talking about. You were selling school
Exactly, it's exactly right. I got a good hookup here. I figured I could get them cheap. I'm like, I can sell these. I don't want to see clothes anymore. But I got really good at selling clothes. I got really good at selling cheap clothes. I got really good at selling clothes. My average cost of goods is about 40 cents.
Crazy.
I buy bulk and I buy blind. So the last time I bought, I had about 1,200 pounds of clothes dropped off at my house.
Which you're getting like on pallets, right? Or it's like bales.
Correct. They're 100-pound bales. I know, it's my favorite word. Correct.
Whenever we hang out with Trish for a little while, we start noticing that we're like constantly going, correct. So you're buying like bales of clothing that they're dropping off in your driveway.
Right.
Please tell me about the time that they dropped off the bales of clothing and no one was home to help you.
Oh, God bless my husband. I gotta say, he'll never watch this because he's just not that guy. But knock on wood, he's so good. Like, he comes home, there's clothes everywhere. It's just like, hey. So I ordered 1,200 pounds of clothing and he waited late. And 4 o'clock, he's like, all right, they're not coming. Okay, great. He leaves to go to work. 5 minutes later, I'm not joking, a truck pulls up and I'm like, you know what I said, but I'm not going to say it because we're on YouTube. I was like, oh, so they have a gate lift. He puts it down and there is 100-pound stacks of them, but there's 12 and it starts to freaking rain. And I am like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I run down cellar. I get her husband's a saint. I go down cellar. I get a tarp and then I'm like, oh, this is going to get ruined. Look at that picture. I push them up I was like the strong woman pushing over the tire over itself, like in the dam. Yeah. I couldn't get out of bed the next day. I literally couldn't. My legs, I could not get out of bed. It was bad. They were all on my front porch. My husband came home. He's like, what happened? I was like,
so you buy bulk clothes, you'll get 1,200 pounds of clothes, but we're talking like some of it's like Walmart stuff. Like
most of it, no. Most of it is Kohl's, Target, Walmart. I'm not going to be.
Listen to this. She's buying clothes that are like stuff that you would think, you know, when you see, especially you see YouTubers and stuff like that, or just other sellers would say it's a waste of time.
Totally not a waste of time.
Right. So, but that's what a lot of people would say. How do you make that work though?
Okay. So I'm buying for less than $1. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm buying for less than $1. My average ship cost is about $4.50 because all the pants go on a flat rate. So that's $7.85 or $6.85 because I put them all in. I know this is crazy too. I put them all in the
envelope.
The envelope one.
Yeah.
I don't use the padded ones. Really. Right. I'm doing more than 2. So I make about $7.87 on each $18 sale. And that is after I pay everybody, including a lister.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it's volume based.
Right, exactly. And that's the difference that we talk about. It's like you have to figure out what's your model going to be, because my model is that most likely I might never hire anyone to help me. So it's just me. So I have to look at like what I can handle on my own. And if I want to make more money, I have to find higher selling, like higher average sale price items, right, and be more in a niche and everything like that. But if you're going to do it like you, it is possible. It's just you have to be able to have higher level volume, which you do because you have how many people working for you?
Between 2 and 4, depending. So I have 2 steady constantly, plus myself. And then I have 2 girls who flit in and out and will do certain things. They'll call me and say, do you have stuff? And I'll give it to them. The other 2 girls are doing stuff constantly every day.
Yeah.
Deborah Anderson asked how many returns I get, and I'm right at about 4.5%, which might be high for some of you, but in used women's clothing, that isn't a very high percentage.
No, that's about average for women.
So I do get returns every single day. I do pay out returns every single day. I don't do partial returns. If you don't like it, if you don't, doesn't fit, send it back. I'll give you your money back and I'll resell it. I have no issues. So
it's a waste of time worrying about it. You just gotta.
No, it's absolutely not. And it's built into my business model. It's totally built in. I take that into consideration. But so my average selling price is between $18.50 and $21. So after everything is, all said and done, I make between $7.87 and $10.37 per item net profit after everything. And that includes List Perfectly subscriptions. That includes InkFrog. So my people use InkFrog. I don't let them. I'm not quite using the eBay employee one yet. I may switch to that, but right now I use InkFrog. So they all use InkFrog. So it's one of those things that $10.87 for me. I mean, you guys think, ugh, that's a ridiculous, amount of money.
No, but you're doing volume. It wouldn't work.
Oh, I didn't mean you specifically. I meant the big work. I meant the reseller.
5 to 10 items a day. A $10 profit would not be good enough for me. But you're obviously selling a lot more than that, and that's the difference. Yeah.
Correct. So all I personally do is find the stuff to buy. I mean, I have a source who sends me, who I just order from, but then I'll buy new items. Diane Lassonde, who was in the chat, she runs the meetup in Massachusetts. She and I bought a store that was going out of business, and I took all the soft goods out. So those are all brand new slippers, all brand new, and they're multiples. So those things, and I got to say, Diane is who you want to be when you grow up. That's all I have to say. Diane will get things done when you think that's crazy, and she just makes it happen. So God bless Di. Yeah, exactly. But she got me, so because of Diane and because of buying some new ends, I'm starting to look for maybe adding a second layer to my business model. This model is going well. I get this pumping, and I don't list.
Exactly. So, and that's a difference, because there are sellers out there who are doing the same amount of profit on an item that they're selling, but they're a solo seller and they're having to work themselves to the bone to barely scrape by, and
just
they're
to make enough.
And in their minds, they're thinking, well, I paid $0.25 for it and I'm making $10 on it, so that's worth my time. But you know what? You have to think about what is your model, because if for that one item you're putting in 2 hours of work,
correct.
It's not good.
So in the listers, let me just tell you about that really quick, because I think if anybody's interested in growing their business, having a lister or somebody who can help you is really the key. And for me, I pay $3 a listing, but they do everything.
That's photo.
Yeah. So generally,
everything.
Generally asks if you do photos. So there's your answer.
No.
How does that work? You just give them the stuff?
They take bins.
I give them a bin of 100 or a bin of whatever, and I will get back them all done in. So I give them a bin, and they are not ironed. They are wrinkly. So they de-wrinkle them. They go through to make sure there's no stains, because I am buying secondhand. They're supposedly gone through, but I will say there's about a 10%.
That gets missed.
Yeah. So they do pull things. So they steam them or whatever, put them in the dryer, wash them. These all come already washed, so it's not like getting from the bins.
Right.
This stuff isn't dirty. They do measurements. They do a listing. They do the photos. They fold them. They inventory them, and I get them back in a bag like this with a number. So IZ is the bin number, and 35 is the item number.
That is awesome.
So, and then the reason I do it like this is because anybody can pull my stuff. If I'm not here, my husband can pull it. My daughter, who doesn't live here, but if she came home, she knows how to pull it. Anybody could come in here and figure out how to find what's sold and send it out.
Yeah, that's super awesome. That's really, really smart. And so when they list,
Yeah.
Do they do they make it go live, or do they do drafts and then you do it?
So I have one girl, Carrie, who works. I mean, she and I work really close together. So she can do whatever she wants. She gets in my eBay account. She can do whatever she wants. She makes things live. When I'm not here, she does the shipping. She does whatever she wants. The other girl, she uses Ink Frog totally. I do check every single thing and make sure it's okay before I make it live. So I do make them live, and I don't make them live except for Carrie. Carrie lives in my town. So every once in a while she'll have something and I'll go run over there and pick it up if it's sold really fast. But in general, I don't make it live until I have it in my hand.
Right.
And I can put it away in inventory and then I'll make it live.
Right.
See, that is like super, super smart. So
that's what I need.
Another way you can do it.
So Dana, who's in the chat, Dana started out as my assistant over 3 years ago, right? And so she's grown her business to the point where, well, she doesn't want to take my pictures anymore. How do I do it? You know, she's grown her own business, and she has her own business, and she's very good at it. She doesn't need to be taking pictures for me, nor can I afford to just pay her to do pictures what she's worth now, because she knows how to do everything well, right?
Well,
so I'm in the process right now of finding a new assistant. I need to train a new assistant, while Dana will work for me now for 4 or 5 hours a week doing listings, which is very helpful, because she's someone, like you said, she has full control of my business. Like, she logs onto my eBay account, the whole thing. I can generally go in and make any listing that she's done live without tweaking anything. Sometimes I'll go in and just, for ease, she lists everything at the same price, and then I'll go in and I'll tweak pricing depending on what it is. Sometimes I change a couple words around in the title, but 99.9% of the time I'm making a listing live from however she created it, because she's very good at it. She knows what I want, and what, her listings, frankly, are usually better than mine. She's far more detailed, right? So I'm in the process of hiring someone else, and it's not an easy thing when you have somebody like a Dana. I want to hire someone else to do what you're talking about. So I'd like to have someone that can do it from start to finish.
Well, $3 a listing, that is crazy good deal. I mean, that's my goal.
Well, here's the thing. I think 2 things. I let them do it at their house. No one has to come here. So they're both moms, and the other 2 girls who do work for me, they're both moms. They're stay-at-home moms. I gave them lights. I gave them the hanging body forms.
Mm-hmm.
I also went out of my way to be very, very nice at the beginning. So there was times that they were awful, and I would say, okay, so I'm going to come over and I'm going to show you, and we're going to do this, blah, 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 and I still paid them. Right. There's a really big learning curve.
Yeah. So that's like my next goal, is to find someone that I can train and send home with a bucket and do everything. Like, I want someone to do my photos, but I'd also want someone to list. So that's my goal, is to get someone to do, say, 50 items a week.
And I think if you try to find somebody who's a stay-at-home mom who has a young kid, who could make the same amount of money staying at home with the kid as they could at working at Dunkin' or Dunkin' Donuts. I know, I'm like, or Cumbies. You know what I mean? Like, some like Cumbies. I don't even know what that. I know. I'm sorry. But if you can find somebody who stays at home and would make as much money, and you can give them $200, $300, $400 a week, and that would be better than they'd be making, working minimum wage.
Right.
And they can do it when the kid's asleep. They can do it when the kid takes a nap. They can do it at night after their husband gets home, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you can make it as easy as possible on them, in the long run, I have found it exponentially beneficial to me.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I would like to be able to do that, so I can spend more time sourcing, so I can grow my business, because I can't get any bigger than I am now without having additional help. And, the other thing too is Dana lives 30 minutes away from me, and it sometimes takes 30 or 45 minutes depending on the time of day. So for her to come here 2 or 3 days a week, taking pictures, which she's grown to hate, which I don't blame her. I hate taking pictures. That's why I hired her in the first place, right? So I very much need to find someone that will work for that $2 to $3 price point per listing from start to finish. I dread the training process, though, because not everybody.
Well, it's like Jen
I was
says,
so lucky.
Jen says sounds like a whole lot of patience that I don't have.
I was so lucky. First of all, Dana is clearly somebody that she's not a kid. She was easily, trainable because she's smart and she is intuitive and she was able to pick up on everything very quickly.
Not everybody's going to be that quick.
No, and I'm never going to find another Dana.
No. Not everybody. Listen, anyone who's worked as a manager and had to hire people and train them knows that it is not that easy to find people that pick things up super quickly. So it does take
it's really hard. And so the other thing I would suggest, if anyone's interested in finding somebody, go into your local moms groups. And tell them what you do. Like, I live on the South Shore of Boston. So there's like a South Shore moms group. And I just went in and said, blah, de blah, this is what I'm looking for. And yeah, did I meet a whole lot of girls that I was like, hell no. But, but then I met a whole lot of girls that I was like, oh yes, I can see that. I mean, one girl had 4 kids. The girl who works for me now, I mean, she's my age. She's a grown woman, but she has 4 children. You know what I mean? Like she has 4 kids and she happened to have one that little bit later in life than she expected. And what do you do? Because it's so expensive to put them in daycare.
Yeah, that's true.
So she can do this while she's at home.
So one of the things I saw, Candace had made a point in the back, that's the thing, you teach somebody and then they become your competition. Well, we talk about this a lot with our group and we talk about it on the show and in our meetup group. I don't consider Dana my competition. Dana is my coworker. I didn't create another person to be a competitor with. We go shopping together sometimes. She comes over and takes pictures at my house of her stuff too. So we work that out together. So and we come and we do like show and tell. She'll show me her stuff that she bought for the week and vice versa. I don't consider that I created my competition. I'm happy and proud that I've been able to teach her something that she's so good at that she decided to do it herself.
You're a job creator, man. It is really cool. And the reality is that the more people that, even like through our show, the more people we help to be better sellers, it is better for all of us. Like all of us have bought
things. It raises the whole ocean. The whole boat goes up.
All bought things on eBay and had horrible experiences with other sellers. And because we are eBay sellers ourselves, we're probably a little more forgiving. But you know how many people get turned off by bad sellers? We want the best thing possible that we can do is to have everybody be amazing. Everybody have awesome things to sell. Because then we are all, especially if you're like thrifters or people that are even, I know you're not a thrifter, Trish, but you are still doing one-offs to a degree kind. I mean, I get it. If we only sold printer ink, we wouldn't want to train somebody else to sell the same printer ink on eBay because it would be our competition.
Right.
But that's not how it works, what we do.
And here's the thing about some stay-at-home moms. These girls, they're not leaving the house. Like, I'm not being funny. They're not going out and thrifting. They're not going out and going to spend 2 hours through the savers and looking for crap. And if money is an issue, they don't have the capital to spend.
That's exactly it.
So I just think that it can be a win-win. It really can. It can be a win-win for both parties. I just think that there is a really big learning curve, especially with the phones and the pictures. So you got to give somebody, I know it sounds really bad, but 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And so that means 6 to 8 weeks of
more work for you. You're going to spend a lot of money in the training process that is not going to pay off right away.
Yeah.
Correct. And
you have to be willing to do
pictures.
that.
If you go look through my store, I have pictures that are terrible.
My original pictures were terrible. Like, I didn't take great pictures. Like, I was telling her.
We say all the time, my pictures suck in some listings still. It is what it is.
She was training someone new to do pictures recently. And the first day of doing clothing, the first day she did hard goods, she did a great job right out the gate. And it was awesome. First day she did clothing, not so great. And Vikki was frustrated.
It was about a 50-50.
And I'm like, listen, my pictures sucked when I started. And not to toot my own horn, I think my pictures are pretty awesome now.
Well, that's what I was going to say. One of the girls, I mean, they both do really good pictures now. One of the girls, sometimes I'm like, holy crap. Like, that picture that could be a stock photo.
You gonna start bragging about your scarves?
Yes, I am.
Oh, those scarf photos were fantastic for sure. So yeah, I love doing the hard goods. I don't mind photographing hard goods. I love sourcing hard goods. I don't even care about shipping. Like Robin just said there, I don't mind shipping, even the difficult ones. I don't mind it. I find it therapeutic. It's fine. I prefer to ship clothing, but I prefer to list hard goods. So I don't care about any of that stuff. I'll buy anything that'll make me good money. But I really loathe taking pictures of clothes. And everybody always says the best way to grow is to hire out someone to do the things you don't like to do. So for 3 years now,
I don't want a job.
Right.
I love you both, so please don't take this the wrong way. But when you guys leave, everything stops.
Yeah.
That's a job. I don't want that. I go to Las Vegas. I've gone, last year and this past year. And I left, and then my dad's been ill. And so I went to Posh Fest, and he wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. I went there for 12 days. I never had to stop. My business kept going.
Yeah, for sure.
Every day. Things got shipped out every day. And if
my goal was to do that this year, was to get myself to that point this year. But because of Katie's accident last year,
no, totally.
There's been a lot of delays this year in not doing the things that we wanted to do.
That's life.
No, life gets in the way.
And the thing is, like, I know my stuff has to stop when I leave. However, I will say the way that I have kind of combated the issue of, like for me, because I keep going after better and better stuff. Like for me, like I'm doing the vintage t-shirts and stuff. There's t-shirts I would have bought 3 months ago that I won't buy now because I'm going for more unique stuff. And so for me, I'm excited about the stuff I take pictures of. I think it's fun. Like I got so much cool stuff this last week. I was taking pictures today and I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to take a picture of this. So for me, it was fun, but that's like probably not typical. Like I don't want to take pictures of Walmart.
I have like 10 more pictures to take and then I'm out. I've got to go source tomorrow. But I mean, that's the part I hate the most. But anyway, we've already been talking for like 40 minutes.
Well, she has such a good story though that I think is unique.
Sorry. I'll be quiet.
No, I think that like
look at Liz in the chat.
I know. Liz.
Liz. Trish, you're in trouble.
What? What'd she say? I can't see it.
Hold on, it hasn't popped up on this other screen, so I can put it up. But she says, vintage T-shirts. Mom, why didn't you tell me?
I know. Take all my money. I tell you, you guys are really similar. She would.
Need a good T-shirt, pink bra.
It's a bathing suit. You
I
can't
know.
wear a bathing suit. What's the matter with you?
Whatever.
That kid would never wear that bathing suit in her whole freaking life. Let me just say that.
She would have worn that bathing suit about as likely as Katie wearing that
I
bathing
think
suit.
it's really good for a black undershirt. I don't see the problem. But yeah, so like for me, like I still am pretty resistant to the idea of hiring anybody. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. To me,
we had talked at one time about splitting some work with Dana, but she was too reluctant to give up any control.
Is that what it is? You're worried about the control?
It's not. She's a control freak.
Well, there is a trade-off, like you having to hire somebody, having to work out schedules with somebody, all the things that go into supervising somebody. I don't really want to have to do that anymore. And, because I come from a background of management and stuff like that. I like just kind of being on my own. So I don't know. There's certain things that I've thought about, like potentially getting somebody else to do, but I don't know.
But the only problem with being by yourself, see, we can stop talking about this, but the only problem about being by yourself is you can only get so big.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I get that.
Limited.
But right now
we're limited.
But right now I still have room to grow within my niche because I can go.
That's perfectly legitimate. That
I will get better sources. I can get better items, which I just recently, with this whole relationship we're building with Yesterday's Fits. And, we're talking about like, yes, right now we're getting to buy this stuff in the space that they have to be out of. But moving forward after that, we've already talked about me and both of us, but probably more me just because of it's vintage streetwear.
I only like it so much.
But that's potentially going to be a source for me every single week, like ongoing. And it's higher quality stuff that I can get trying to go out and thrift myself. So bam, I just freed up potentially a whole day every week.
Right.
But that doesn't mean she's going to take that day off. That's the thing.
No, I get it. She'll list more. I get it.
So I do take a day off. I take a day off when I take you around shopping. No, that's my day
That
off.
is not a day off.
It's fun. That's the day I get to hang out with her. But I'm saying that is my day off.
It's a half a day. It's 3 or 4
No,
hours
I'm
at
not-
most.
No, I like doing it. I'm just saying I do take that day off. But yes, so as far as like growing my business, if I free up a day that I'm not having to go out and source everywhere, bam.
So 3 or 4 hours is not an entire day off, dear. Anyway.
Dear. Let me just say, when she calls you dear, it's not good.
Yeah. Verena, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I apologize. Ask, you guys do everything yourself. Yes, Katy and I both run individual businesses and we both do everything ourselves. I do have a very part-time assistant now. She works about 4 or 5 hours a week. So I would prefer to have someone that works 2 days, one day helping me list for 4 or 5 hours and one day taking photos for 4 or 5 hours. That's enough for me. But right now I'm having a hard time getting that. So I am actually looking for a second assistant. So, I think I may have someone within our meetup group. His mom was looking to make some extra money. So I'm going to check that out as of next week. We have our meetup next week. So I'm going to talk to Mike next week about it.
It's going to be super fun. Greg, take care.
Oh no, here it comes.
Great info as always. Don't forget to thumbs up. He's bossing people around in the chat. And but I will point out, Greg, I did see earlier that you did spell my alternate name correctly. CAYT triple E.
Oh,
so I appreciate the effort you put into it. I appreciate the super chat. Anyway, boy, you hiccuping on your half a beer?
I know. I'm such a lush.
I don't know if that's considered a lush when it's half a beer that makes you hiccup.
I know.
I do not think so.
Do you want to get into our fun question?
Yes, that is the whole point.
Yeah.
The whole point
Enough of this shit.
Is to ask you guys, ask some questions here. So, all right. So we already got the first few things out of the way, really. But I want to start with, what is the weirdest item that you've ever sourced and sold?
She's not a thrifter, though.
I'm not a thrifter.
Remember that time you got that 1,200 pound bale of Walmart shirts?
Yeah, I do that often. I don't really have that story.
So you haven't sold anything, even something weird that you owned yourself, or were like, oh my God, I'm going to sell this and actually make money selling this. Other people throw this crap away.
No, but I do. No. No, I don't have that story. Keep going.
All right.
Keep going.
This is actually a pretty good one. So this doesn't have to pertain to reselling specifically, but what tips or tricks have you picked up through reselling that have applied in other parts of your life?
I think that I can be a little bit like Miss Katy and want to control everything. And I had to give it up to get bigger. You guys, when I say that my store died a horrible death, it died a horrible death. It was horrible. And I was heartbroken and I felt like a failure. And I was absolutely not going to do that again. I was not going to fail again. And so when I started selling the clothes just because I needed to freaking get rid of them, I decided that, I needed more people. And if the pictures weren't perfect, it's okay. If things weren't exactly the way I wanted, it's okay. I just needed to breathe and let it go. And that has really helped me my whole life, actually. Things are not going to be perfect all the time. And it's okay.
Giving up control is hard. Like Victoria Smith said in the thing, control freak, 2 words. I am absolutely a control freak. I'm very much a type A person. Katy is as well. So that's why there's always such a battle, because we're both control freaks, right? Thankfully, we don't have anything to do with each other's businesses, or else it would be absolute freaking nightmare.
It would be real bad.
It would be ugly.
It would be real bad.
But I'm an absolute control freak, and giving up the control to allow someone to work for me or have someone help me was difficult too. So I just need to be able, like you, be able to give up more. And the only reason I was able to do it in the way that I did was because I have a Dana, and she's so good. You know, so I know that that is not going to be my experience going forward necessarily. So that part,
exactly, you just have to. Yeah, it's hard, but once you get over that, it's better.
It's better like butter.
So I just want to say that Diane, I see Diane wrote, "What about selling Boston baked beans?" So I did go through a phase when I wasn't going to sell clothes anymore, and I don't know if it was Chris Lynn, somebody on YouTube said, "What do you have that's like local to you? Sell that." And so
brown bread in a can.
I did that too. I sold that. I sold it all the freaking time. I sold bread in a can. I sold baked beans. I sold Bell's seasoning, which is from Weymouth.
Honey, I just bought my Bell's seasoning online on Amazon because I need it for Thanksgiving.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have sent it to you.
It was almost the same price as having you go.
And then I sold fluff. Oh, fluff. Ugh.
You did send me the fluff.
I did. All right. So I sold that. It's not really weird though. Everyone eats them.
I love Boston baked beans. I don't know why. They're like totally stale and chewy, but
they break your damn teeth.
Have you had the bread in the can?
No, but I have some because I bought it last time I was in Rhode Island, just in case. It's terrible. It doesn't even taste good, but you can't get it here, so I had to get some.
I want to try it. Maybe we'll try it.
Try it, and you gotta cut it and fry it in a pan with butter.
With butter.
Do you eat it like right out of the can at all?
No.
But you gotta fry it out of the can, but you have to heat it up first.
Well, yes, it's room temperature, so it comes out of the can looking like that.
Bread at room temperature.
It comes out of the can in the shape of a can, like jellied cranberry sauce.
I like that.
And then exactly what it looks like.
And then you slice it, and then you fry it in a pan with lots of butter.
Lots of butter.
And then hot dogs.
Yes, hot dogs and beans.
Franks and beans.
Mm-hmm. Franks and beans. Franks and beans and brown bread, fried brown bread. So you're window when you eat that crap.
It's a Friday night dinner, supper.
It always was.
Friday night supper.
So Deborah wants to know, Trish, how did you and Katy and Vikki initially connect? I don't even know if I remember. Do you?
Okay,
I know
it opened, but I don't remember.
I know exactly when. So I was walking up the ramp that goes up a little when you're going up to the, the little ramp that you go up and you look over the pool when you're going up to the convention space?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm there and Diane and I are talking and this one comes up behind me and goes, "Are you girls from New England?"
Is that me? Did I do that?
You heard the accents.
And I turned around and I go, "Oh my God, it's Katy." No, and then I go, "No, wait, it's Vikki." And then Diane goes, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, I fangirled out for a second. And Robin Haas was right next to you. And you both had those little ears on.
Oh, yeah, my pink ears.
Mm-hmm. And so then I go, "Can I have a picture?" And you go, "Okay." So I take a picture of us and you guys walk away and Diane goes, "Oh, good impression, Trish."
But then we hung out with you the rest of the week.
Then we hung out with you the whole time because she was my Boston. I heard her talking. I heard you and I'm remembering it. I heard you and Diane talking. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm home. I'm home."
You have a very charismatic, boisterous, infectious personality. You're somebody that you draw people to you. You're fun.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, I think so.
It's
to dust your balls.
It's alcohol.
All right.
It was like 8 a.m. There was no alcohol.
No alcohol. No. But then later we did go to get tacos. I do remember us going to get tacos, and we went.
That was where we bonded. Tacos and the pool.
Oh, so here's a really good story. So we go to get tacos, and we wanted to try out that what's the place called? Like the El Gordo tacos.
I'm gonna know what the hell the place.
So we go to this taco place. There's this huge line out the door. It's so hot outside. We wait in line for 1,000,000 years. We finally get inside. We get our tacos.
There was a fist fight. There were people fighting.
But the line was out the door. It was so hot outside. So we finally
get in. It was balls hot. It was 100 and bazillion degrees.
We get our tacos and we sit down, and then Teresa shows up, T-Money, and she's out waiting in line, and she just looks miserable. And
I have photos of her that I was just.
I have the photos that I'm always showing because it's hilarious to me. But Trish, who's actually nice, keeps saying like,
maybe we should leave and
she's
go
like,
get her.
we can go somewhere else. Let's just leave.
Mortified.
I'm like, no, I know Teresa. And I'm like, Teresa is fine. It's an adventure to her. She's fine.
I was mortified. She looked.
Trish was like, this is crazy. Let's just go somewhere else. This is horrible. It's hot outside. And I'm like, no, it's totally fine. And so I took a picture of Teresa looking miserable, and then I make fun of her all the time about it. It's pretty funny.
So Diane in the chat says the security guard went to the hospital because someone beat her up.
It was a freaking fight.
It's pretty rough.
But I would like to point out, guys, the ending to this story is that Teresa loved the tacos there so much that she took people from eBay there the next day.
I know. So
I'm glad we waited.
I'm sorry. Teresa's out of her mind. And then I go to Posh Fest, and Teresa's like, oh, stay at my house. So I go and stay at Teresa's. And she picks us up, and she's like, do you want to get tacos? I was like, we don't have anything good there. I was like, what are you doing? It was so bad. I couldn't afford Teresa. She didn't care, though. I did.
Allison,
funny.
Allison says she remembers that photo, and the T-Money looked like a drowned rat. She was really mad. Like, she's like, she just looked miserable. And then I think, was it Christine was like right in front of her too. And
Christine Bonanno was with us. Yeah, we had a blast. And then this year, you guys all came to my house early. Alexis too, and Robin, and you and Diane, and you helped Katie and I put together our little gifts that we gave out. These little hand sanitizer.
That was seriously. I thought, T-Money, is she competitive or a freaking what, man? I was like, oh, let's see who can pump faster. Teresa's like, yeah, screw you. Bam, bam.
Who has that much fun making hand sanitizer hands out?
No, it was freaking hysterical. The whole day was freaking hysterical.
Allison just said, Teresa.
Listen,
I take crap off of words that are supposed to be there, and I put.
I'm like, okay, clearly you're capable of pronouncing R's. What happens? How does this happen?
It's coming to New England. You take the R off the end of the words that have the R. You add the letter R to any word that ends in a vowel.
You say, my friend Lisa's waiting out in the car.
Yes.
What's this thing you wear? What's this?
Sweater.
No, a bra. It's a
bra.
What do you keep your wallet and your keys in?
Pocketbook.
Your pocketbook. No, it's not purse.
I freaking hate you. It's either a purse. I'm like, you guys don't know, but I am they torture me. Everyone should feel bad for me.
Daner. Yeah, not Dana. Daner.
Yeah. Poor Liz. Liz, it's not your fault. It's genetic, sweet girl.
It's a pocketbook.
Yeah.
Pocketbook.
So
and we're gonna go and on a Saturday night we're gonna go have supper. A pocketbook, a supper. Somebody mentioned it in the chat earlier when she said I had to go down cellar with my stuff. That's such a New England thing.
Ridiculous.
I don't know you people.
All right, I got another question for you.
The Pala.
Okay.
Yep,
oh my God, the Pala. Hardly anyone says that anymore.
So this is my favorite question that we ask. When did you realize that you were an adult? Do you remember like that, having that realization that you were like an adult?
Well, I had my daughter when I was 20.
That doesn't necessarily mean you're an adult. I had mine at 17.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I had her when I was 20, and I was married to a guy who was, he would have been 31 then. And I was more put together an adult than he was. So I had to be.
He's about 40 years older than your current husband, right?
I hate you all. I hate you all.
Actually, her current husband wasn't even born yet. I don't believe.
Wait. Is my husband the youngest one out of the
Think
four?
about it.
Yes. Your husband's younger than all of us.
God bless me.
Yes,
That's what
listen, she's the cougar.
Your daughter just said gross.
Okay, and you guys, he doesn't look. I don't look older than him. I mean, he's bald.
No, you look like you're about the same age.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't.
No. We should like,
When we met, so okay, we met.
Totally
Yeah,
agree.
we go out, and I order a drink, and he doesn't order a drink, and he says, and I said, why aren't you drinking? And he says, I don't have an ID. And I said, what do you mean? Where is it? And he goes, well, I have it, but I'm not 21. I was like, I mean, I already was divorced and had a kid who was like 4. What do you mean you're not 21? Yeah, it's a sad life.
Liz says gross. Not my young hot stepfather. Oh, Liz, you're killing me. You're funny.
Oh, okay. That's even funnier then. That's even funnier.
Allison. I'm not even gonna. We're not highlighting that comment.
I don't know what else
That girl.
but she's a robber. That's right, robber. I'm a cradle robber.
Oh my goodness.
pretty funny.
All right. So, all right. These are the short answers. Do we know how to do this? I don't know if we do, but these are the short answers.
I always asking clarifying questions. So I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay. What is your least favorite word?
Do you have a word you hate? Say it.
Moist.
Moist.
I would have said it. I would have said it. I knew that was going to be it.
Yeah.
Gross. Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh.
Sure. All right.
Okay. So if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, food. I don't know. Pizza.
Pizza?
Mm-hmm.
Any, what's that?
Papaginos.
Papaginos? Okay, let's say you had to.
Papa.
What the hell? How do you say papaginos? No, he's not a papa. He's a papa.
Okay, pizza. Let's say you could only get one order of pizza ever, like whatever the toppings are going to be, you have to get the same toppings forever. What are the toppings going to be?
Cheese.
Just cheese?
If forever?
Yeah, guys, you are a basic bitch. Jeez.
I am so not
rude. I apologize.
Yeah, she's my friend. Didn't you notice?
I apologize. Listen.
Fine.
Half the time, all she eats for lunch is peanut butter and fluff out of the jar. So,
hey now, it's my kind of girl. So I'm just thinking, forever is a freaking long time. At least you know you like a good cheese pizza.
That's true.
Here's the thing that is funny. People are finding this is funny, which I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. This is us on a three-way phone call once a week.
Oh. And sometimes I'm like, wait, what happened? I missed stuff.
See, Danny knows how to hack the system. She says you get your pizza loaded and then you can take stuff off and have variety.
Oh, who knew Danny was a freaking genius? Who knew that?
Get that pineapple, because you can't take pineapple off because it leaves the pineapple juice. Okay?
Sure, it's kind of gross.
Anyway, all right, next question.
All right. What movie can you watch over and over without getting tired of it?
Any of the Star Wars movies.
Like any?
It. We're breaking up.
Like even all the newer stuff? Okay. What's your favorite Star Wars movie then?
Probably the original from number 6.
It'd be number 4.
Number 4.
See,
let's just call it the original. This is why Star Wars is stupid.
Okay, no. I don't even know that she's ever even watched one Star Wars movie. So don't listen to her.
My heart is like,
don't listen to her. I would say,
do not insult fluff by calling it marshmallow cream. It is not marshmallow cream.
So different than marshmallow cream.
Disgusting. Marshmallow cream is disgusting.
If we're talking Star Wars, I'm gonna go with 5.
Empire Strikes Back. That would be Liz's favorite. my child, and I will defer to the both of you and agree.
I've seen the first 3 movies. So I saw the original Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. So I did see all 3 of those.
Sure.
In the theater.
Me too.
When they first came out.
Me too.
Ever since, and never any others.
I didn't see obviously I didn't see the first one in the theater because I wasn't alive yet.
Oh!
But I did see the second one in the theater, and I remember going to the bathroom and being scared that Darth Vader was going to come get me. I was real scared. All right. Anyway, okay. So if someone narrated your life, who would you want it to be?
Well, I'd want it to be Meryl Streep, but it would end up being some chick from Southie.
But I think Meryl Streep could pull off a Boston accent.
Who's the that show on HBO called Smilf? Have you ever seen the show Smilf?
No.
Narrate your life.
All right.
Wait. Is it about that thin girl with the kid? And there's a lot of.
Her mom is Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
What? What'd you say?
Her mother is played by Rosie O'Donnell.
I'm not sure. Okay.
I don't
know.
But
she's a hood rat from Southie.
Yeah.
So she would be a good narrator. She's got the.
All right, Jen. Okay, Fluff is marshmallow cream. It's a brand of marshmallow cream.
It's not marshmallow cream.
Marshmallow cream is made by Kraft.
No. But it is a marshmallow cream. There's Kraft, which you think is gross, and then there's Fluff. So you're telling me if I go look at a Fluff jar, it doesn't say marshmallow cream?
It says marshmallow something. I don't think it says cream.
I mean, that's what it is. It's marshmallow cream. It just doesn't. It's not the Kraft kind.
No.
Okay.
No.
Weird, because I have this.
No.
Listen, you don't need to Google. Anybody here that's from New England and has tried both will tell you they're nowhere the same thing.
No, but you're saying yes, it's not Kraft. But it is
it has nothing to
marshmallow
do with
cream.
the brand. It's a consistency thing. Anyway, all right, next.
The consistency is so different.
It's entirely different.
Totally.
Okay. So if someone narrated your life, we're into this one. Sorry, that was Meryl Streep. All right, what are you interested in that most people are not? Do you have a weird hobby or strange hobby, or what do you think is super cool?
Other than men that are far younger than you.
All right, ready? I'm going to show you. Don't laugh.
I'm already laughing.
You're going to laugh.
Here we go.
Okay, you ready?
Mickey Mouse ears.
That I make myself.
You make your own
ears?
Mickey Mouse ears. What? Can you hold them closer to the camera? What is actually on the ears?
Oh, I can't even believe I'm doing this. I've had a few too many drinks. Okay, so these are Vera Bradley.
Diane knew it.
These are Vera Bradley Mickey Mouse ears. So I have a matching Vera Bradley bag that matches these.
Where did you get the material?
I bought a makeup bag off of eBay and took it apart.
Okay, you turned it into ears. That's awesome. Have you ever thought about selling those?
Yeah, yes.
On Etsy. You can sell them on Etsy.
Okay. I have thought about it.
Okay.
And I have a lot.
Okay.
And I really like them.
She makes them for herself, is what she said.
I do. I make them for myself.
You're like, I don't want to give them to anybody for money.
And I have a lot of Disney pocketbooks. I cannot even believe it. I have a lot of. What the hell are they? They're freaking pocketbooks. I have a lot of them.
They're called purses.
And I make ears to match them all.
Oh my God,
seriously.
I did not know this about you.
I think
the
ears are amazing. They look super cool. I mean, obviously I wouldn't wear them, but they're really, really cool.
Listen, I want you to bring me ears and a matching pocketbook for when we go to Disney.
She can't give that up. Those are hers.
Oh, no. If you
I'll
go
give them back. I just want to use them.
No, you don't have to give them back to me. If you go to Disney with me, you get ears. So last year, my daughter, my stepmother, and my daughter's girlfriend all got matching. We all got ears. Different, but similar. We all went. Yeah.
Will you make Mickey ears that have my face on them?
No.
No.
What?
She likes me. She's my friend.
I could do it, but I wouldn't.
Literally
do
the best
that
years ever.
You wouldn't
Like
do that
that
to her,
pillow? Like that pillow?
pretty much.
Yeah.
I just went to Disney, Liz. Liz, I just went to Disney. We just went last month and visited with some friends. They're in the chat actually. Deb and Mel. She sells resell. We went out there and hung out with them. But we will definitely do Disney again. We're only 4 hours away. It's just
I was so jealous.
our West Coast Disney kind of sucks compared to Florida Disney World. Disneyland.
I like Universal Studios better.
Disneyland kind of blows. If you are a Disney World person, if you grew up on the East Coast and you went to Disney World and you saw all the parks and everything that you get for the same price versus Disneyland, Disneyland is pint-sized compared to it. And it's just not, it's nowhere near the same. It's still Disney. You can't hate Disney. I still love it, but it's not anywhere near the same.
Well, I'd like to see it only because it's the original and
Yeah,
stuff.
and if you've never seen it, it's definitely worth going for sure. If you've never seen it, I would go with you for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so
wait, Nate's Uniques, $1.23 super chat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Nate. That was a unique,
so
a unique super chat.
So like Sandy says, Disney World is actually 5 parks. Disneyland is only 1, and they're pretty much the same price. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right. So next question. Okay. So if you couldn't do eBay or reselling anymore, what would be another profession that you would attempt?
So I still have a somewhat part-time job. So I work for a construction company. I do OSHA regulations. That was my
look at you.
real job.
that's what you would want to do if you were a reseller?
No, but I would go back to do it. I thought you meant
Imagine that like you needed to completely change your career and you could try anything. You would craft Mickey ears.
I would craft Mickey ears. No. I don't know. To be honest with you, you know what I'd really like to do? I'm just coming across like a crazy person today, but I'd like to be a genealogist.
All right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. When you were a kid, did you at any time want to be a veterinarian?
I don't remember wanting to be a veterinarian.
I feel like almost every girl at some point
wants to be a veterinarian?
Yeah.
I remember my father was a lawyer and then later a judge. And I remember thinking that I'd be a good lawyer, and that I'd go to law school, but I never remember wanting to be a vet.
Yeah. I wanted to be a
lawyer.
Yeah.
I could see you as a lawyer. We didn't realize that that was you, Nate. Red Neckerson's Resales, because you changed your name and your avatar, so we didn't know that was you.
Yeah, you're like incognito.
It's Nate Incognito.
That means that you needed your special super chat. You're already plugging your ears.
Oh,
Just for Nate to go, yeah. You like that?
Fantastic.
Well, I wanted to be a vet when I was like in 5th grade. And I remember we had it was like this career day thing at school. And for some reason, I don't know if we were supposed to do this or if I just decided to do it, but I come from a really small town of like 2,000 people. And Dr. Heiberger was the vet in town. He was like a block away from us. And he had the worst, I don't think he was a people person very much because he was always kind of grumpy and grouchy, but he was amazing with animals. And he was always our vet. And he was one of those vets where it's like you go in and if he knew that, because when I was a kid, there were times when my parents were struggling somewhat with money when I was really, really young. And I remember he would only charge us for the medicine or something like that. He charged $12 or something crazy.
Small time vet.
Small time vet. And so, but I remember going in and getting to be his assistant for the day. And I got to watch while he spayed a cat, which was crazy. So that was pretty, what? Yeah. So I got to see him knock it out and then they cut it open and
I wanted to be a vet until I was about 7 and realized I didn't really like most animals.
I love animals.
I love animals.
But I don't like a lot of them. I'm particular.
Yeah. Oh, Allison says every lesbian wanted to be a veterinarian. I think it's a girl thing, but yeah, I definitely really wanted to.
That's my problem.
Let me tell you, I didn't get it finished. Let me tell you, seeing a cat get the little ovaries taken out and like it was really cool. I was like in 5th grade, but it was awesome. I didn't end up being a vet, obviously, but it was.
I've seen the ovaries. I've taken, college level anatomy and physiology and dissected cats. So
Well, this is a live cat.
I know what it looks
It was
like.
a live cat. It was very cool. Yeah.
All right. Last joke. Last joke. Last
A
question.
joke? I
One
need a
beer.
joke.
One beer. She's hiccuping. She's slurring her words.
I'm such a lightweight, guys.
I'm pretty sure she just peed her pants.
I did not. What is
That is so mean. So mean. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sticking up for you, though.
joke that you know by heart?
It's long, though.
Oh, come
Go for
on.
it.
Where we got?
Okay. So Robin Haas, Katy and Vikki were in a car accident and they all died.
What?
And they go to the gates of St. Peter.
Wait, all 3 of us? Robin's with
Yep.
us? Okay.
Yeah, you all died. The 3 of you died. You go
Died in a fiery car
awful.
crash.
die in a fiery car crash and you go up to heaven. And so St. Peter says, Miss Katy, you may go in. You're in room number 10. And so you get a little key and you go down and you go to the room and you open the door and there are these beautiful women laying on the bed.
All right, that sounds
And
good.
you walk in and they're like, for the lovely things you have done on the earth, you may spend the rest of your eternity with these women. And so, storm slams, you're good. Vikki goes up. She gets, oh crap, I just got myself in trouble. Vikki goes up. She gets her little key, room number 8. She goes down the hallway and she opens it up.
Almost.
What did you say?
I said we're almost neighbors.
Exactly. You're 2 rooms away. She opens it up. There's some beautiful women in there. I don't know, maybe a boy or 2. I don't know. And she's all happy.
Oh, I love you, my friend.
I screwed this joke up.
Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going.
I screwed it up. I so screwed it up. So anyways, and they said, Miss Vikki, for the wonderful things that you've done on life, you may spend the rest of your eternity with these people. So the door slams and everything's fine. And then Robin goes up and they're like, you're in room 5, whatever. She goes down and she opens the door and there are these beautiful men laying there. See, I screwed up the joke. It makes no sense.
What's the punchline?
Guys, I'm really sorry. I am so sorry.
Tell us the punchline.
And then God comes and says, Jonathan, for the bad things you have done on earth, you must.
Who the hell did Jonathan?
Wait. Jonathan, for the bad things you have done on earth, you must spend the rest of eternity with these women. And the door shuts. See, I screwed it up.
Clearly, you don't know that one by heart.
Guys, I'm really sorry.
Fucking Jonathan.
Thrifting Kristen says, I leave for 1 minute and things get freaky.
Alexis, I'm really sorry.
So basically, Jonathan is the one that gets stuck with us assholes.
Right? No,
I get it. I get it.
Just with
So rude.
Okay, I tried. I'm really sorry.
Dana says, thank God you didn't want to be a comedian. Actually, she said, thank God you didn't want to be a comedian.
Listen.
It says, this is like the last season of Lost.
Yeah, the last season of Lost, did that suck or what? I mean, seriously, that was so sad. The whole time I'm like, what?
Mother Deal says, wow, that might be worse than T-Buddies.
3 white horses fell in the mud. I mean, really, I don't know any jokes.
Oh, I don't.
Oh my
Bad.
goodness. Ah,
That was
that's
bad.
pretty good.
Sorry, guys.
That's pretty good.
And that's it.
All right, so we got through all of our questions. I think we're going to wrap this up. Because I mean, we've already been on for well over an hour. But seriously, it's been so much fun.
Acting like morons.
I hope everybody in the chat and anybody else watching thought this was half as funny as we did. Because, clearly, we think we're hysterical, but I don't know.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty funny.
Oh,
Trish, on the other hand, I don't know.
Rude.
seriously, I had a halfway decent reputation. It just went down the freaking toilet. What, did you hear her tell that joke?
Allison says, I hope you don't mind if I steal your joke, Trish.
Allison, man.
Let us know when you come to Vegas. You're welcome to hang out with us anytime. We are pretty funny. We have a good time.
Thanks, guys. It was fun.
Yeah, seriously.
Julie, Chris, we miss you too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for coming in and hanging out with us. We had a lot of fun, a lot of giggling, a lot of snorting, I must say.
Thrifting Kristen says we need to feature Trish every Friday night. Listen,
there you go.
We don't stay
You
home.
could just have the bad Trish moment every day.
Sometimes
We do.
Clearly, there's a whole lot of us that don't do a lot on Friday nights to be in this chat. But
Yeah, we don't do anything, guys. So don't let her fool you. We're usually in bed by
sometimes
now.
we do.
You guys know it's 11:20 where I am, right?
That's why you've had so many cocktails. I get it.
I haven't really even had that many.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for participating in the chat. Trish, we love you.
Yeah.
Love you guys. It was great. Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Ending the broadcast.